To me, this meeting raises the fundamental issue of ensuring that each and everybody has nutritious food all the time without discrimination. And so my expectation is seeing how the engagements we are involved in at the local level links up with the national policies as well the international commitment so that right to food is achieved globally.
We notice that the right to food is not known in Africa, both by the decision makers and the citizen. So it is difficult to have the realization of this right. So we took the commitment to promote and raise awareness on the right to food.
The right to food is one of the central rights that rotates with the right to health, the right to education, the right to voice and visibility, the right to life in dignity. So it is an all-encompassing right which cannot be divided and addressed in isolation.
Because we're all facing the same challenges. That is getting quality seed, getting our food to the market after we harvest, and that all takes cooperation. We can't do it by ourselves. The people in the village can't do it by themselves, and so we have to get together and talk about it, how that we can do this together.
Knowing our government, we believe that when together with international organizations, we can put pressure for many things to change. You know that in the agriculture aspect, there is policy. In the food aspect, there is policy and strategy. Sometimes those policies cannot help us to achieve our goal.
Our political leaders, they need to have a more practical policy approach, but also the will to invest in agriculture, but also the will to distribute the food properly.
What we can do is to control the influence from the seed companies which are coming from the Western world, which are trying to affect the indigenous knowledge and the indigenous seeds for our local farmers. Agroecology can feed the nation in as much as people are producing with the synthetic fertilizers. Even the yields are theoretically high. Even agroecology, the yields are high.
We cannot really end hunger if we are not really serious about issues of climate change.
People and the farmers are too much dependent on rain, and the rain is becoming very erratic, unpredictable, and you cannot farm appropriately because the rain is changing and it's too much affecting the production of the farmers.
The challenge is the people do not understand still now, especially in the civilized country. We say that in Europa, in America, still doubting there is climate change.
The civil society organizations that complement or supplement government efforts, they are doing a lot. They are advocating for the local people.
They also, civil society actors, must build the capacity to have knowledge about the right to food and the frameworks, the mechanism, the regulation that will promote the right to food.
Women play a big role, but they are not given due recognition. They are not empowered, but they have a big role to play because they are half of the society. Without their involvement, I don't think this food security or the right to food will be realized.
My other expectation is to form a network around the areas that have been our challenge and around the areas which need more work of Manos Unidas and us, because I see a lot of synergy, and this meeting is not going to be the end of collaboration or meeting with other partners who are working elsewhere.
Because we have shared our experiences with respect to the right to food, climate change, and the knowledge shared will help us when we get back to our working places to implement the way other people are implementing in the other countries.
This meeting has helped us to put into perspective for the first time, even to understand the impact and the consequences of the work we do. At the end of this meeting, some of our expectations when we go back to our different organizations is going to change even our perspectives and the way we work.
And then we should network more so that we learn from each other and transfer this knowledge that we are creating into different parts so that we can create a more whole picture of how Manos Unidas is helping fight hunger but also deprivation in many parts of the world.